Hello, beautiful people. My name is Meredith Bose, and I'm the owner of Grunge Muffin Designs. We're a multimedia design studio in Elkton, Maryland. We have a couple areas of specialty, such as branding, graphic design, photography, video production, web design, and social media. And then we do pretty much everything in between, particularly when it comes to visual pieces that people need for their company. A lot of what I do is branding and graphic design, and some of the other things are sort of secondary or complementary to, of course, doing branding and graphic design for companies and for individuals. And so naturally I have clients coming to me from basically all sorts of backgrounds. There are long established companies looking to get a brand refresh. Maybe they love their brand, but they just need some new marketing materials. They need signs, they need flags, they need a website, they need social media presence, whatever the case may be. I also have clients that are brand new, they haven't done anything yet, and so we're really starting from scratch. And when we start from scratch, we usually begin with the logo. So I've done a lot of projects over the last 6 years, and I've had a lot of different types of clients. I don't really cater to one specific industry. I spread the love. I love what everybody's doing, and so if somebody just wants to look good and be well represented, I'm here to do that in whatever capacity they need. Again, via social media, on their website, a good brand, they need nice photos taken, whatever they need. So recently, I had a client who I designed a logo for and a few other smaller items, and then they wanted to take the working design files that I had created for them over to a print studio. And what that print studio was going to do was have their in-house design team create some other pieces for the client. So things like stickers, possibly things like signs or banners. And that's pretty typical. That's fine. Something that I do for a lot of clients is I will find the print company for them. I will talk the jargon with the print company. I will talk about the pieces. I'll figure out the material it's going to be printed on, how big it'll be printed, the price quantities, and all of those things for the client. But if a client wants to talk to a printer directly, they certainly can, and that's 100% at their discretion, and they're able to do that. Now, with my design studio, I don't believe in withholding design files or the working files. Oftentimes, I don't give the working files to the clients because they have no way to use it themselves. They don't have the software such as Adobe Illustrator or Adobe Photoshop or Adobe InDesign to actually use those files. Instead, what I'll do is I'll send them transparent pings of their logo, meaning that the logo has no background actually attached to it, so you can put it over any color background you want, which you can see on some of these logos that I'm scrolling past. Sometimes I'll just give them the JPEGs. I'll give them the PDF of their brochures. I'll give them the PDF of their table runners or their fabric banner stands, whatever the case may be. And so if the client ever requests the actual working file, and what I mean by that is a file that you can actually open up here in Illustrator, and you can change the fonts, you can change the thickness of the arrow, for example. You can actually come in here, for example, and if I wanted to, I could do something like really crazy and bizarre pretty much with every aspect of this logo. I can really get funky with it. Now, I would never do this intentionally, but just to show you, you can actually manipulate the logo. You can manipulate things. So, for example, if I wanted this background color to be, let's go with blue. Boom, there it is. It's blue. So this is a working file. And if a client wanted this, I'm happy to give it to them. What I see at an alarming rate, however, is a lot of instances in where the client doesn't know any better. And so they'll go to a print company, they'll go to a certain design studio, and what'll happen is they're paying an hourly rate to have a design created for them. And those print companies or those design studios then withhold the design files. So if the client requests that working file that was created for them and for their brand and for their print piece, they are basically given a refusal. They refuse to hand it over. They won't give the client that file. Instead, what they do is they say, well, come back to us and we'll put together whatever it is you need to be printed. You don't have the rights to those files that our design company or our print company put together for you. That's absolutely not something that I believe in. Any single thing that I have designed for a client, I don't care if it's an Instagram graphic, a Facebook banner, a brochure design, a booklet, a poster, a logo, whatever it is, if the client wants that working file so that they have these layers in Adobe Illustrator or Adobe Photoshop, they absolutely, as per my contract anyway, have the rights to those working files. The only thing that I ever ask from a client is that I be able to show off the work that I've completed for them. Now, I also believe in decency. So if a client says, hey, look, I'm trying to get this design trademarked. I'm trying to make this a surprise. I don't want to announce this until 6 months from now, whatever the case may be. Absolutely, I work within those parameters. And I will not release the design or post the design in my portfolio or put it on my own social media until that client is ready to actually put it out there to the public and announce it. There are some designs that I still have not shown for years. It's not ideal. I would like to show off the work that I've done, but I also respect common decency and people's rights to not show off certain things. Even though it's in my contract, I still think it's the decent thing to do to not show it off until they're ready. So anyway, I'm making this video because I want to put it out there that it would behoove you to connect with a design studio that is going to give you access to your working files that you have paid for them to design and put together for you. And absolutely, they should clearly communicate with you or have it in their contract in a way that you understand. So before you go to a print company, before you start work with a design company, really read that contract, really look it over, and make sure that you understand what you are going to be entitled to and what you're not going to be entitled to. Again, with my design studio, I absolutely believe in giving over the photographs without watermarks on them, by the way. If I took photos like I did for Terra Verde here, if I pull this up, if we took all these product photos, she paid us for that time. We collected the products, we set up the shoot, we took pictures of all of those items, and you know what? We delivered all of these images for her to use on her website and in her social media, watermark free. Yes, Grunge Muffin Designs did the work, and we set it up, and we made all the photos look great and whatever, but our job is done, and that's the client's product, and they have the right to showcase that free from our branding, from our copyright or our whatever, watermark. So I just wanted to show you guys, and I wanted to explain that a little in depth. I've heard a lot of horror stories over the year in regards to people not being able to access their own websites. They don't know where their website is hosting. They don't know how to get into their website to make changes, or possibly their website was set up in such a way that they can't get in their website to make changes. Sometimes a relationship simply gets sullied over the years. Maybe the working relationship that you previously had with the design company goes south and you want to try working with a new design company or a new print company. You should be able to have those files on hand so that you can start that new relationship. Nobody should be held hostage to their original design company or print company, whatever the case may be. If you have paid somebody for their time to create a logo for you, a flyer for you, a t-shirt for you, then absolutely those files should be yours to use at your discretion. And any one of my clients can do that at any time. Over many, many years, you just might want to make sure that they obviously still have the design. Like if somebody designed something 20 years ago, there's a possibility they might not have that design anymore. They should, if they have everything backed up for their clients. But all right, you guys, I hope some of you found this video to be helpful, and also just to use this video to really think about what you're paying for and what you're getting in return for that payment. All right, thanks so much for watching.